Stop what you are doing right now. Before this video goes any further, I need you to think about the last time you saw a crow. Maybe it was on your fence this morning. Maybe it was in the parking lot last week. Maybe it was staring at you from a telephone wire, and you looked away first. Here is what you did not know in that moment. It was testing you, not watching you, not observing you, testing you, running a specific, deliberate, documented psychological evaluation. To determine one single thing: whether you can be trusted, and the result of that test, the verdict that crow reached about you, has already been filed, shared, distributed to every other crow in your area. You did not know the test was happening. You did not know you were being evaluated. And here's the part that should genuinely unsettle you: most people fail. Welcome to Wild Bird Mind. Subscribe right now before we go further. Crows are not reacting to you. They are evaluating you. There is a difference, and it is not a small one. When a crow evaluates a human, is building a model, a predictive model of who you are, how you behave, what you are likely to do next. Dr. John Marsleff at the University of Washington spent years documenting this behavior. What he found was that crows were actively probing, testing, gathering new data to update their existing models. This is not instinct. This is strategy. A crow lives in a world where humans are the single most unpredictable variable in its environment. The same human who fills a feeder on Monday might slam a door on Tuesday. From a crow's perspective, there is no more important piece of information than knowing exactly what kind of human it is dealing with. So it finds out systematically every single day. The first test crows run on a human is so simple that most people never recognize it as a test at all. They leave you something: a bottle cap, a piece of foil, a small shiny object, sometimes food, a piece of bread, a French fry, something scavenged, not randomly, not accidentally, deliberately, in a location they have calculated. You will find it. Researchers initially documented this behavior as gift-giving, a social behavior crows extend to humans. They have positive associations with, but it is also something else. It is an information probe. When a crow leaves something for a specific human, watches. What does the human do with it? Do they notice it? The human's response tells the crow something critical about their level of awareness. A human who notices the object looks toward the crow and places something in return has just passed the first test. A human who ignores the object, who walks past it without noticing, has failed. Not permanently. Crows are patient. The test has already started. It started the first time a crow in your neighborhood saw you. Crows test consistency more rigorously than they test anything else. Not kindness, not food provision. Consistency. The specific question the second test is designed to answer is this: does this human show up? In the crow's world, reliability is the rarest and most valuable quality a relationship can have. A human who appears at the same time in the same place doing the same thing day after day is something that almost does not exist in a crow's natural world. Marsleff's research team documented crow behavior around regular human feeders versus irregular human feeders. Around consistent humans, crows began arriving before the human appeared. They were anticipating the human. They had built an internal model of that person's schedule and were operating according to it around inconsistent humans. The crows remained wary. They came for the food, but they stayed alert. Crows do not trust you because you are kind to them. They trust you because you prove through repetition that you are not going to change. Most people are too inconsistent to pass this test. Here's where I have to stop and tell you something that most people find genuinely difficult to accept. The tests are not just about you. They are about everyone you know. Crows monitor relationships between humans. They track which humans interact with which other humans. They observe your social behavior. They extend their trust classification or their threat classification to your entire social network. When a trusted human moved away and a new person moved into the same house, the crows extended a modified version of the previous. Residents' trust status. The previous residents' reputation, the trust they had built over years had become attached to the location. Your relationship with the crows in your neighborhood is not just yours. It belongs to the location. It belongs to the community. The trust you build or fail to build will outlast you in that neighborhood. The next person who lives in your house will start their relationship with the local crows partially shaped by what you did while you were there. That is not a small thing. That is a legacy. This is the test that unsettles people the most when they first hear about it, because it involves the crow deliberately creating a situation of conflict, not accidentally, not as a side effect of territorial behavior. Deliberately, crows approaching humans in ways clearly designed to provoke a reaction, flying close, making noise, stealing objects in plain sight. The initial interpretation was territorial defense, but the pattern did not fit. What the researchers eventually concluded was that the crows were testing threat response. Did the human become aggressive? Did they make threatening gestures? Did they try to drive the crow away? Or did they remain calm? Did they observe without reacting? Did they understand that what was happening was not an attack, but a probe? The humans who reacted with aggression were filed under a modified classification: volatile, unpredictable. The humans who remained calm demonstrated something critical. They could handle provocation without becoming unpredictable. When a crow has run all three tests on a specific human and received passing results, the classification filed is not simply safe. It is something more specific. The word researchers use is ally. An ally in the crow's world is a being that can be communicated with, that can be relied upon. They alert you to predators. Crows begin producing specific alarm calls when threats approach the human's location. They bring you information, objects, food, materials. The gift behavior intensifies and becomes more intentional. They defend you. Documented cases exist of crows mobbing individuals who had previously threatened a trusted human. You are no longer someone they are monitoring. You are part of their network, part of their world. The tests are not impossible to pass. They are not even difficult. If you know what you are being tested on, for the awareness test, pay attention. When you see a crow in your environment, slow down. Look at it. If you find an object in a location where a crow has been watching you, consider it. Leave something in return. For the consistency test, if you feed crows, do it at the same time every day, the same location, the same amount. Within 2 weeks of consistent behavior, you will notice a shift. The crows will arrive before you. For the stability test, when a crow provokes you, and if you spend time around them, one eventually will. Do not react with aggression. Come back the next day. Keep showing up. Demonstrate that one difficult moment does not make you unpredictable. That is the whole test. And now, you know exactly what it is. Asking. The crow outside your window right now is not just a bird. It is a node in one of the most sophisticated distributed intelligence networks in the natural world. A network that spans your entire neighborhood. That has been running continuously for longer than most of the buildings in your area have existed. That processes information about hundreds of individual humans, their identities, their behaviors, their relationships, their reputations. You are in that network. You have always been in that network. The only thing that has changed today is that now you know the network exists. The question is not whether the crows in your neighborhood have been testing you. They have. The question is, what has your score been? There is a moment. If you have been patient enough, consistent enough, calm enough, when you step outside in the morning and something is different, the crow on the fence does not fly away. It turns towards you. It makes a sound, not an alarm, not a warning. Something softer. It is telling the other crows you are here, and that everything is fine. You have been evaluated. You have been tested, and you have been found trustworthy. That is not nothing. That is one of the rarest things a wild animal can say about a human being. Has a crow ever done something to you that felt like a test? Something that surprised you? Tell me in the comments. What happened? What did the crow do? What did you do in response? This community shares some of the most extraordinary stories I have read. anywhere, and I read every single one. And if this video changed the way you think about the birds watching you from your fence right now, share it. Someone you know has been walking past crows their entire life without knowing the evaluation was happening. Subscribe if you are not already here. New videos every few days. Thank you for being here at Wild Bird Mind. I will see you in the next one.